Okay, so what I'm gonna do today is something a little bit different. Got me a webcam, thanks to a really good friend of mine. I do appreciate it. We're gonna talk about emotions. I'm gonna do a series of emotions and basic thought processes in people's lives that we all get kind of bogged down with. So today I'm gonna start with negativity. And we're going to touch on depression a little bit today because that's something that a lot of people deal with and battle in their lives. And I never really realized it or thought I even had it, but it has so many levels and facets that I think we all have some form of it that needs to be addressed. So we're going to start out with negativity. Negativity in itself is probably the worst thing that you can do in your entire life. I know it's so easy to become negative. It's so easy to just get bogged down and accept it. And I'll give you an example that touches kind of home to me. I was taught to be very negative at an early age. And a lot of us have this because of a weird transitional phase of our life from childhood to teenage to adulthood, and one was my looks. I know from a very early age I had very thick glasses. I had very curly hair. I had a big old fro. If any of you ever went to school with me, I was a funny looking specimen, and because of that I got picked on. It wasn't something that was in my control at the time because you didn't really understand the value that your self-worth is put on your appearance, which is absolutely horrible. It does not matter. But anywho, so at that point I was taught to be negative about my self-image, about who I was as a person. It even affected your self-worth. So then you go on, and now let's just give an example of moving forward. I start out a relationship. Very negative. This person's not going to stay with me because I'm not the best looking thing. Well, that breeds jealousy. Jealousy breeds hate. Hate breeds overreaction. And it creates a chain that all started from some sort of negative mental design about my own appearance. And I didn't know how to deal with it. And you can change anything in your life, even though in this particular situation it just doesn't matter. So where I move next with that is that negativity transferred into a relationship negativity, and then you make bad decisions to save or to change a relationship based on that negativity. Well, now you're making decisions in your life that are solely based on negativity. And when you start to do that, you start to really develop bad unconscious habits. Unconsciously, another thing that touches home with me is talking with my hands. I'm very animated when I talk. My southern drawl. Now that I've moved to Tennessee, and I run into so many people, and they all go, "Hey, are you from Louisiana?" And I'm like, "No, I'm from Virginia." Virginia? Were you from the mountains? No. But no one in my family really talks like this. I have a pronounced drawl. So that really got me thinking. That got me thinking a lot, actually. If someone from the north, one of the northern states, Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, something like that, if I were to babysit their children, and I was to be, say, a nanny, they would pick up this draw unconsciously. They would pick it up, and their whole family would have a normal northern accent, except this one child that I was the nanny to, simply because of unconsciously picking up my draw. So when we move forward with that, there's so many things in your life you could be doing that is based on negativity of your job, negativity in your family, negativity about your looks, negativity about past events, that people have judged you on before. These are all things that have developed in your mind that are holding you absolutely prisoner. And this is where that starts depression. Your negativity will ultimately turn to depression because you don't have a high self-worth. So I'm going to talk about something that's going to help you get over this. I recently have dealt with negativity in my life and about myself, and this is what I have found, and it has become so simple to change agitation and negativity and depression. Still a long road, but it's become simple to change it. And here's the first thing I did. You have to realize that what it is you're being negative about, where does it fit in the grand scheme of your life, and does it make you you? Okay, and what I mean by that is, in the grand scheme of my life, being negative about a relationship, a job interview, a friend that didn't treat you exactly right, these things are a drop in the bucket of your overall life. If you are upset or negative about a job, change it. Even though it's scary to think about leaving the job, start the process correct. I'm not saying just up and quit. Don't get up one morning and screw you, I'm not going to work. No. What I'm saying is start the process, do it correctly, and make a change. Keep moving forward. Don't stop. Don't quit. But make that change. If someone in your life is dragging you down, if you have a negative person, it could be a mother, a father, a cousin, a brother, a husband, a wife. It could be any of these things that are stopping you from being a positive person or a better person. Cut it out. Get rid of them. They're not worth the time. They're not worth the hassle. And move forward. It's going to hurt at first. It's going to sting. You're going to want to roll right back into that comfort zone of being around that person. But you have to cut it. Because ultimately this will lead to depression. And once you're in the grips of depression, that is probably the hardest thing to fix. Because you're so depressed that it physically, it mentally, it just overall drains your entire energy level in every facet of your life. So one thing I learned, and this is really awesome, and I'm so happy that I found it. It really helped with my depression, was doing something just randomly nice for an individual that you have no idea who they are. Whether it be volunteering, whether it be something as simple as what happened to me the other day. There was an older woman. She was probably 65, 70, and she had a lot of groceries. And I carried them out for her. Put them in her car, returned her buggy. I had no idea who this woman was, but it just felt so good to do something nice for someone that the whole rest of my day was spent with a positive outlook. So try it. Do something really nice for a perfect stranger and watch what it does. See how it makes you feel. Watch what it does to your depressed level. Now, it may require more acts of kindness for your level of depression. You may fall right back into, well, that didn't fix my life, or that didn't do this, and da-da-da-da-da. That's negativity. So you have to break that chain of negativity. You have to be positive, okay? You have to be positive for only yourself. If you're not happy and cannot be positive, you cannot fix your life. You cannot change what you're doing every day, and you must do it. It's a better world out there. You'll be more successful. You'll find happiness, friends, whatever it is that's your goal and your desire, you will find if you can just break free of the chains of negativity and just move forward. So I hope this video helps. It really helps me to make them. It makes me feel better, because I think that if this video can impact or touch even one person on the face of this planet, if there's one thing I can do for any person, it really makes me feel better to know I helped. So this is my random act of kindness, if you will, or this is my outlet to my own road to not being negative. So as always, I do appreciate your time, and thank you for watching. And if you want a topic or an emotion for me to cover, if it's something you're going through in your life right now, leave it in the comments below and let me know. I'll be sure to do it. Have a good day.